Let's go. Let's go, boys.
We're back.
We're so back. We're back in the majorest way of all time. Um, Week 9, Big Ten foosball picks. I'm with Bet Big Brad, and I'm also with B1G Wilson. Wilson, how are you, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. Another win, another feather in the cap, dominating this year.
Feather in the
Friday,
cap.
got
God,
another
that makes it
exciting
worse.
slate of games. Are good.
Speaking of feathers in the cap, do you like my feathers in my cap today?
No,
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Um, I'm in such a good mood because the stream's working right now and the title's right and everything's going good. We had some technical difficulties last week. I threw my microphone, I broke the cord. I was in a really bad mood, and then I followed that up by having one of the worst weekends you could possibly have making picks of all time. We're going to get to all that. We're going to recap last week's picks, but first, Brad, how are you, brother?
I was about to say, are you gonna skip over how I'm doing,
Nah,
or
man, I got you. I got you, brother.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I feel like it makes it worse when Wilson keeps winning and then he says things like "another feather in my cap." Like that's just it makes it way worse.
it,
I don't know how you feel, but like
just
it,
wait until I bring up your overall score. You'll feel even worse.
oh God, please don't. I actually
I'm,
forgot. That's the one thing I actually did forget to do, but we will recap it. I forgot to make the little graphic for that part, but we'll talk about it still. I
there's
did,
plenty of
but before we get into all the records in last week's, winning and losing and what took place that we'll go through really quickly. I wanted to update everyone also, including you guys, by the way, because I haven't updated you on this, but our overall win total now includes Indiana, who has now hit their over. They are over 5.5 wins. In fact, they hit it before last week. Didn't have an opportunity. Did they hit it before the week before that? Even I think it was 2 weeks ago. They were at 6-0.
they hit it in week 6. Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, so it's been a couple weeks. Indiana's been over 5.5. Brad, you were the only one that had that over, so that gave you a win that we
neighborhood.
did not get. Congratulations. What did you see with Indiana in
I
preseason?
knew, I knew they were gonna be a juggernaut this year. I could just feel it.
For sure. Um, we also last week with the Illini, the Fighting Illini, big win over mighty Michigan has hit their over 5.5 on the season. Wilson, you were the only one that had that. And of course, for people keeping track at home, that means I had neither one of those. So I had two losses on that.
Jesus.
Pretty much how the season's going at this point, which is fine. I'm having a good time. Wilson, you were on the Illini all year, but preseason you've been on them, you've been picking them. That's part of the reason why you have such a big lead right now. What is it with Bert and the boys that you like so much?
He knows how to coach in the Big Ten, and the reason why is he always has a good O line, and so in O lines I trust. So I went with him, and
I
it
like
worked
that.
out.
I've been more impressed with their defense than anything. Like, obviously, like I'm kind of thinking of last week, but they held Michigan to 7, which I don't know how impressive that is anymore with how Michigan's been playing. But all year, though, they even held like Penn State to 3 touchdowns. They have, even in that loss, I'm saying, but they just had a really good year defensively, too. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from Illinois as well. Should be an interesting week for them coming up. Let's get into the recap, though. I put all of our records from last week right on the screen. Brad, we're going to start with me, actually, but I'd like your feedback
Perfect.
on this. I went 4-13. 4-13.
I don't know if you can host this show anymore.
I can't. I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I could. We could
Like
reach out to.
there's no credibility. This show has no credibility.
Did it ever though? I don't think it
No,
ever did.
no, that's not what we're going for here.
I do feel like you had a big year last year. Wilson's year was this year. I'm at the point now with 6 weeks remaining, I think, or 5 more weeks remaining that I just want to wait. I'm ready for next year at this point. I think next year's my year. Is it too early for next year's my year, Wilson?
No, man, never. Because definitely, you're definitely not doing anything this year.
I mean, numbers don't lie, baby. It's no. You probably should have been on it a couple weeks ago. Like, that's not. Let's move on.
I think I was second place last year, so I didn't do that bad. But anyways, we'll see what happens the rest of the year. Here's how my week went though. I double locked Michigan in the over, went 0 for 4 on that. And then I went ahead and locked Rutgers -5 and they lost the game. So that's a total of 6 losses right there on my 3 locks. Thank God we didn't record last week. Thank God. Because there would be
That
some
Rutgers
video
loss
evidence
was
of me
wild.
like talking, and that would be bad. Brad, I'm going to move right over to you. You went 6-11, which, like, not great, but compared to me, looks amazing. You missed on Michigan -3. Also, you had Purdue on Friday night -28. You missed on that, but thankfully, the difference between you and I is you were able to lock up Wisconsin versus Northwestern, which I also had Wisconsin, but you had a lock on that, so that was helpful for you. How'd you feel about your week?
Not great.
Yeah,
Not great. Not what I wanted. It's all right though.
it's all right.
There's time. There's time to bounce back.
I don't know. I don't know if there is time anymore. Wilson.
No, not for you. Me. I'm talking about me personally. We're
Okay.
done. Yeah, you don't even have to pick, but I still have a slight chance to come back.
Okay. All right. Wilson, 10-7 on the week. You missed on Rutgers -5, just like me. But unlike me, you locked up Wisconsin with Brad. You also had Illinois. Like I said, you've been on them all year, +3.5 against Michigan. They went ahead and won the game. Obviously, you're feeling good. You got paid again this week. What's going on, man?
That I mean, that Illinois game that won it for me this week. I had the Illinois and under, and both of you had over in Michigan.
That's a big
what did
difference.
it
That's
for
a
me.
3-point swing for
It's huge.
you right there. That's huge.
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 Was that like a? Was that a? I'm gonna take it because I know they're gonna pick Michigan thing, or was that a? You really thought Illinois could win that game?
I thought it was a toss up, so I was going to take those 3.5 points.
Okay.
Kind
It
of
was
how I
not
feel
a
about
toss-up.
another game this week.
It was not
Those
a
helmets,
toss-up.
though, those helmets were nice. I was a big fan of those Illinois helmets that game.
I was too. Like I saw him on Twitter. What was it? Probably a few days before they played, obviously. But like in the photos, I was like, ugh. But then when they started, the TV broadcast, I was like, wait a second, these actually look real and legit. Like I was pretty
They're cool.
impressed with how well they came out.
No.
They
But
say
that's
each
it.
one took over 2 hours to make, though. And if they're making it for the whole whatever 53-man roster, that's professional. Isn't that how college has more than that?
Yeah.
It's a
It
lot
took
of
2
time.
hours for each helmet.
Damn.
That's what they said. Yeah.
But I don't know if one person did it though. What if they had 100 people working on it? Then it only took 2 hours total.
It was like they had like an artist do it. I'm pretty sure he did each one.
It's expensive.
Has he been working on it since 100 years ago?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's how that works out then. Big shout out to Chief TJC, Illinois fan. He also went 10-7, just like Wilson. I didn't go back and look up his locks. This is the second week that he has won. However, I will say, big congratulations to him. This week's going to be a little bit stiffer competition. We have already more people signed up than we have all year on this
Wow.
week's picks. So it's going to be a little bit tougher to be a casual Big Ten follower and get a dub for next week's show. Lastly, like we said, we'll go over the overall records. I didn't make a graphic for this. I just straight up forgot. But, Wilson, you have 99 wins, 76 losses, and 5 pushes. 1 win away from 100. Brad, you are 13 games back now, 86, 88, and 6.
I'm
Could be-
under 500 now. That's locked.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
you're 2 games under 500. And then I am way under 500 now. I'm 81, 95, and 4. We okay, Brad? We good?
Yeah. hmm
Okay.
I locked my office door. My staff is frantic right now. They have no idea what to do.
Is that one of your locks this week, your office door?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's everything, though. Is that good on the recaps? Are we ready to get into some picks?
I think we are.
All right, I'll go first. We'll keep it in the same order because I did the worst last week, so I'll just go ahead and start. Week 9. What do I got for week 9? My first lock of this week is I am starting tonight, baby, late. We're going to be up late finding out if I get 2 points or not. I'm taking the Rutgers Scarlet Knights plus 2 touchdowns against USC. Listen, there's no reason for me to be overly confident in anything that I'm saying on this show, like Brad mentioned already. I'm not confident about this, but I see a Rutgers team. I hear Coach Schiano say it's a mistake to give up on them. I'm going to believe him. I trust him. And I think that they're going to come out after being embarrassed now. I think they've been embarrassed 3 weeks in a row. I mean, it's 3 losses in a row. But against UCLA at home, losing that game, I think some major changes had to happen this week, and I believe in Coach. So I'm going to take Rutgers. I'm going to take the points. I'm going to ignore the time travel stuff, and I'm going to go with that pick tonight. I'm going to just go through all of them, and then I'll get your guys' thoughts. Iowa, minus 14 against Northwestern. I think Iowa is either slightly better or just as good as Wisconsin, and Wisconsin beat Northwestern on the road last week by 20. I think Iowa could win by even more. Even though they lost last week, I'll take the Hawkeyes to cover in that one, and then I'm also going to take the Minnesota Golden Gophers against Maryland, who just, they got the big win last week, but other than that, I haven't been really impressed. I'm kind of going the opposite with my locks of what happened last week. Rutgers got embarrassed. I'll take them to cover. Iowa lost to Michigan State big. I'll take them to cover. Minnesota is playing Maryland. I know Maryland just got a big win, but I think that they're going to lose this one going on the road, so I'm going to take Minnesota to cover. Brad, your thoughts?
Next year, bud. Next year for you.
Yep. It seems it seems, even after I say it out loud, it's like, I'm not loving this. This is not.
I like your Iowa lock. I think they're going to come out angry and focused and ready to go, and I think they're a much better team than Northwestern. I mean, USC has been hard to figure out. I don't hate that pick either. Rutgers has fallen off for me, and I've got burned a few times, and I just can't do it again. So there's hope.
I locked Rutgers in last week, and they failed me. They owe me this one. I think. I think Wilson.
I had a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, Wilson. What did you think?
The only one I like really is the Iowa game, but the Rutgers is tough. That's a lot of points. I think USC is going to win, but I think I went with USC to cover mainly because it's a time zone game, and it's an 11 p.m. Eastern time kick at the Rutgers natural time kick. It's going to be tough. I just think they come out sluggish, and so I don't like that lock for you.
Late night Monangai, baby. Late night Kyle.
I'm dead for that game. Believe me, I won't see a kick.
You're not even going to see the kickoff. You going to bed early tonight, are you?
Before 11, probably, yeah.
It's Friday, brother.
I'm getting old.
You almost slipped into a little Irish accent there.
Are you going to bed early tonight?
Going to bed early, are you?
All right, Brad, I'm switching over to your picks. Tell us what you got.
Oh, man. All right. I was the only one that believed in Indiana at the beginning of the year. I haven't been really believing them through the season, but now I'm on board fully. And they have to win this game by at least a touchdown based on all the metrics, all the other components, everything else, teams they've already played. They have to win this game by at least 7 points. So I'm locking it in.
Indiana's starting quarterback's not going to play.
Well, that's what I was just getting ready to look up because I saw that earlier. I saw that earlier. I didn't know if it was true. So he's for sure not playing, Wilson?
That's my understanding.
And Brad, you said you did or did not know that?
No, didn't know.
To be fair, though, he did get hurt during the game last week, I believe. So their backup played in that game and threw more touchdown passes anyway. but I was reading that they're talking like he may or may not be back when Indiana plays Michigan State. So yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah. I don't think that that's a reason to back out of your lock though. Brad. I feel like Indiana's just playing so good, and Washington's good, but like who have they beat this year? Michigan. I mean, come on, give me a break.
And they gave up 40 to Iowa. I should have locked the over. Then
Mm.
no, it's fine. Indiana by a touchdown. You know who else is going to win by a touchdown?
Who?
Penn State.
Really?
If they're the real deal,
Do you think
they
they're the
have.
real deal?
I'm. I don't know. I like them a lot. They never get over the hump. But it's if you got to go beat. They're playing Wisconsin, right? Is that the game?
Yeah, but Wisconsin's been playing good lately. Did you know that?
They have. I didn't know that.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. Okay,
I didn't know that one.
yeah.
But I like them by 7. I like Penn State by 7. And I'm
Okay.
locking it in.
I actually thought that game was the hardest line of the weekend. And again, I know I don't have credibility, but I felt like, you know, Penn State traveling, one full time zone over to Wisconsin. And also the fact that, like I said, Wisconsin's been really impressive to me like the last 4 or 5 weeks. Like even in that loss, I've said this already. Even in the loss against USC, they jumped on them early. They've been really good offensively, like which has been the strange thing to watch Wisconsin be good offensively. But yeah, I think that this game is going to be good to great, and I'm really excited about it. I thought the line was really difficult on this one for me, but I'm with
Yeah.
you on Penn State. What's your last lock?
Last one, I'm going with Michigan State and the 5.5 points. I believe was the line for our picks. Um, Michigan State feeling good coming off that Iowa win, best they played all year. Michigan kind of on the opposite end of that. Tables could turn. The tables could turn. I don't know, but I like the 5.5. Michigan can't score. If anything, Michigan by 3 probably is how it's going to end up. But I like the 5.5.
This is the biggest game of the regular season for Michigan State, though. Does that give you any concerns? Like, if do you think they're maybe putting too much pressure on themselves?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
All right. Those are the picks. Wilson, any thoughts on his picks?
I like them.
I feel like I should just go to yours because of reasons, but we'll see here in just a second. I just pulled your picks up now. You're up now.
I don't
You're
hate
listening.
him. I don't even dislike the Indiana pick. I didn't go with him just because of that quarterback issue, but I still think they should win by a touchdown or more. So I do like his locks.
Thanks, man.
All right, give us yours now then.
I also have Penn State minus 6.5. I
Sounds
think
good.
they'll beat Wisconsin by double digits. I wasn't a believer, and then they went out and won at USC, and that's a game they typically lose. So I'm on the James Franklin bandwagon this season. I think they'll actually go to the Big Ten championship now. And I'm just not a believer in Wisconsin. They're too roller coaster for me. Scoring 3 points one game and then 42 the next doesn't make sense. My second lock, Illinois plus 21.5. I don't think they're going to win the game, but like you said, they have a good
I
defense.
gotta burn you 1 week,
Or,
man.
Oregon isn't.
Wait, what'd you say, Brad?
I said I need Illinois to burn him 1 week, and it needs to be this one.
Yeah, I think we all need that.
Sorry, Wilson.
21.5's a lot, so I just took the points. I don't think Illinois is going to win, but they have a good enough defense, and Oregon's offense isn't super explosive.
I think it can. I think Oregon's offense can be explosive. It just they've shown that in certain games against competition you think that it would be explosive against, it wasn't. But I still think that they're off. I still think they have the best offense in the conference right now. But I don't know. That's
Agree to
just me
disagree.
watching the games, though. Not really sure.
My third and final lock, Michigan State They're gonna go down to Ann Arbor and beat little brother's ass again.
Beat
That's
them
a lock.
buns.
That's a win. I'd lock in a win if I could, but I can't.
Damn.
I'll let you say it's a win, and then if they lose, I'll give you losing points for it, even if it's within 5.
Money line it, yeah.
Do I get extra points if it's a money line win lock?
No. You
No.
said if you could. I said I'll let you do it. There's no rules here.
Yeah. No, they're gonna do it. It just feels like Michigan State's momentum's up. Michigan's just cratering. It seems from the outside perspective. That's all. Then you got their coach mentally weak, blocking everyone on Twitter, and then lying about it, saying he wasn't doing it.
Mentally
Just
weak.
mentally soft programming people in that city of Ann Arbor.
Tell us how you really feel.
You'd get banned from YouTube.
I'll be okay with that. I already have a strike against me because I streamed the Connor Stallions documentary live on YouTube. Like as I was like adding my own commentary to it. I actually just read the email yesterday. It was like, if you do this again, then you won't be able to post for 7 days. I was like, oh no, that'd be terrible. Anyways, because I was actually thinking about streaming the game tonight. I was like, I'll just get kicked off you, or I could just do it right on Twitter though, like late night. Just put the game on and like add my own commentary to the game tonight. I thought that would be kind of fun, but I don't know. We'll see.
Did someone report you?
On YouTube?
Yeah.
No, it's like an AI thing. I think that they have like programmed like if it's like clearly someone else's content, which like that was only on Netflix at the time. I don't know how it works. I'm not smart enough to know how it works, but it was like it was like while I was doing it actually. They actually took it down while I was doing it. And then it was only on Twitter. Twitter you can do anything. Elon will let you stream a murder live if you wanted to. I feel like.
In fact, there probably has already.
I'm sure. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. All right, those are the picks for this week. Boys, you got anything else to add? We forgot to talk about the Lions at the beginning. Big game against the Titans this weekend. I'm nervous about it. Wilson's not. We already texted about it. Brad, any thoughts about the Lions?
No, I don't know. I'm hopeful. We need to win because I don't love the at Green Bay game without JMO. So this needs to be a dub.
I don't think he's that big of a factor.
We'll see.
We will see. We will see. Anything else from you, Wilson?
Nope.
All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Like I said, I posted on X what am I trying to say here? The Google form. If you want to make picks as well, you could be just like Chief TJC, and you could be mentioned on the show next week and in some of my tweets as
That's
well
huge.
when I post the results. Sometimes I post the results on Sunday. Sometimes I wait until the following Friday because I didn't have time to do it this week. So, but you will be mentioned if you win. Come